Continuing on from the last video, this is part 2 and day 2. We start the day with a dawn dive. So we jump on in 5 a.m, pulling Carlos out of bed, going for a dawn dive. In the very hopeful hopes we might see a thresher shark coming up. Fortunately, we didn't. We still saw some really cool things. We swam out to a drop-off that dropped off to 1,000 meters. So that deep, very deep. We obviously went to 18 meters. So we were swimming over and we just saw this beautiful ray come up over the reef and down into the abyss. My favorite thing about doing these dawn dives is you just don't quite know what kind of creatures are going to come out and just show their presence to you. So it was really cool. After that dive, we did another abyssal dive. So we were at 18 meters and the abyss went down to 2,000 again. Different site though, and we saw a lot more animals there. This was a bit later on in the day. And at one point, this huge loggerhead turtle swam right under us. And I think I remember saying in the last video that turtles really don't like divers, really don't like people. But this guy was really chill. And he was just swam right under us and it didn't even bother him. We saw a couple more rays. Back on the boat, we decided to take the drone out. And this is really cool. So you could see all the beautiful reefs with all the clear water. And at one point, we saw this turtle. We're like, oh, cool, there's a turtle. And then we saw there was another turtle. And what was happening was there was a turtle approaching another one. Now, the approaching turtle was a male going up to the female. And he's going up to her and he's acting all cool and coy. And he's like, hey, baby, I'm shell-shocked to see you. You are totally my kind of girl. And she looked at him and she was like, no, and bit his head. And he was not happy with that. He swam off. He took the rejection with grace and just went off in shame. But it was really cool just randomly seeing that encounter when throwing a drone up in the air. And then we were looking around a bit longer and we saw this little shark swimming in the shallows kind of close to the turtles. We don't know what kind of shark it is, but judging by the size of the turtle, I would say maybe it's a big grey reef shark or a silver tip, or possibly even a young tiger shark. You can't really tell, but it was really cool to see. Have a look at the footage. It's cool.
I got nothing to hide.
Then, on our last couple of dives for the day, we came across this awesome clownfish colony. I've never seen the like in my life. You know, we just saw like, oh cute, a couple of clownfish. But then we saw a couple more and a couple more. And you just saw all these clownfish sort of come in and out the anemones. And this was the biggest clownfish colony I've ever seen. I don't normally see clownfish colonies at all. So this is a really special and rare thing that we encountered. It was really cool. So then after that, we decided to go out to the sandy areas where all the sharks were. And the sharks at Holmes Reef are really chill and pretty friendly. So we got to swim up to them. They were swimming all around us. You know, it's just me and the girls swimming along. And that was an amazing interaction to have. The sharks there are really cool. And just being with them. And then as we're swimming along, we see this huge silver-tip shark. She was about 2 meters. So we look down and there she is just swimming along. And they're one of my favorite kinds of sharks because they are very intelligent and they're definitely thinking sharks. So when you interact with them, they are just as curious about you as you are of them. So they're checking you out just as much as you're checking them out. And they're not interested in biting, they just want to see what this weird bubble blowing thing is in their water. And they'll come around and they'll come around and they'll come around. Not because they're scary sharks, they're just curious. But they have to keep swimming. So they're like, oh, I missed the person, I have to come back. Oh, I missed them again. So they're just sussing everything out and it's really cool. Overall, this trip was incredible. We got to experience the beauty of the Coral Sea once again, and it was amazing.